Can we just be...
But we talking about Till Death Do Us part.
Right. But in my head, that's what really happened.
Come on, Bryan, let's have fun together, the two of us.
She did business. You was thinking business relations.
The Lord must have said it again. He said, you mean to tell me Cynthia's my wife?
Yeah. And she glanced at me, and there was like this magical, just sparkles
like
that was
word.
just...
It defines a moment to where, like, every word is triggering.
But you always, I will have that conversation. You save M, okay?
You want to say the close to that?
No, I enjoyed it. It was awesome.
Interesting how communication stops.
So much change. You don't need to be like that. You need to get over it.
It's the product of consistency, so I can't really.
I mean, and this was his exact words.
Repeat that again.
We can do the dash, so we can slow down.
Saying like you have a ride or die,
Yes.
regardless of what happens and what we see.
Yes,
but
good.
like it's going to grow, and I think that's something that like y'all can share particularly very well because there's a lot of people who aim for places you guys have been through, and I can hear it, and I would just love for you guys to like just pull out like how important that is. That once you become these business owners.
Right.
And you actually do have staff members and you actually are growing a business. You've shifted from a place.
Yeah.
So now it's not just simply about your progress,
Right.
but
It's
progressing
others.
something that can progress others.
Yeah. Right.
Like you always say, it's bigger than us.
Yeah.
And so now you learn that comfort is not just a decision you're making, but
for
your
other
decision of
people's
comfort
lives.
now affects other people's lives.
Yeah.
And so I hear a lot of people, they don't see that part of it, but I would love for y'all to talk about like that part of it, of understanding that like, it's not
Bigger than
just
you.
simply a desire to go further or escape comfort places even for ourselves anymore.
Yeah.
Right? Like just talk about what that is like, right?
Yeah.
Well, I definitely can say that you've led the pack in that regard because it wasn't my idea.
Again, I'm being honest. He said I'm jumping, and Ariana's right behind him. Gotta go.
And part of building something bigger than you is like giving people space too. I'm not trying to take over. I'm not trying to, I'm a leader, right?
Yeah.
But I'm leading. I want to lead leaders. I want people to grow. Like I want to be able to, just like my life was changed through a leader, I want to help change other people's lives through my leadership.
Yeah.
And so it's never about, me and how far I can go, what I can build. And like you said, just being uncomfortable to be uncomfortable. No, like I want to make room, and God is making room for others to learn, grow, and lead through, my leadership and the things that He's allowed me to be a part of. And so, when it comes to, our marriage and the growth that she even allows, because there is like, there's allowance, right?
Yeah.
Like she has to, just like no different than advice, that goes both ways. Like we gotta allow each other to grow, allow each other to learn.
Right?
Yeah.
And I love it, right? Because what I don't want to like escape, and a lot of people try to, is that word pressure. Because there is pressure, but there's pressure that builds and pressure that breaks.
Yeah.
Right? And we've seen a lot of couples who are in business that same pressure breaks.
Yeah.
Where for others, that same pressure builds.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say it, but it's like I can hear it.
Yeah.
Right? That like there's fruit in understanding each other that makes sure that pressure builds and doesn't break. Right? Like one thing that it's like you can hear it. You guys are so comfortable in who each other are and what each other brings and allowing it to balance well in moments. It needs to balance well so that the pressure doesn't break, the pressure builds, and then even knowing how to communicate in those moments. Like when you say it and I'm like, just like it's right there. When you look and say like, okay, Alex and like Ariana, like, no, this is that moment.
Yeah.
Like, what is that? That's communicating so that the pressure doesn't break, it builds.
Yeah.
Like, and understanding like, I know you're looking for comfort.
Yeah.
But then painting pictures of what comfort looks like now.
Yeah.
Right?
And I feel like that's it's been a test. Like Ariana just passed the test. Like when he first started, I think I worked 8 years in corporate America.
Yeah.
It got to a point where like I was helping him outside of work, night and day. We didn't have kids back then, but just helping him. Like, he had bought a business, and I'm like, okay, let me help you get things in order. And the pressure that came from that, like, why am I doing this? Like, in my mind, like, why am I doing this? But again,
God had a plan.
Like, I see where it wasn't that I knew the path that it was going to take. And I was like, man, this dude is crazy. But it was just this wanting to help him, like, make it.
Can I use a word?
Yeah.
Like, called to do it.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm called to this. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, there was that moment. Because I remember that moment. Because I used to tell her, I'm like, because like she said, every day, I mean, since 2009.
So like 2009 to 2016.
Yeah, she would be helping me after
behind
work.
the scenes.
Because again, like finances, like it was me and my dad. We started the company 17 years ago. And
just swiping.
Yeah, I mean,
Ariana said just swiping.
Yeah, I mean, we were everything.
Yeah.
So we were the project managers, we were the superintendents, I was the accountant.
So many inefficiencies.
Right? Like you wearing all the hats.
Two-man show.
And so, like,
Two-man
with
band.
no corporate background, no education, like no nothing.
Wow.
Like we didn't really know how to run and operate a real business.
Yeah.
Right. And so it was learning on the job. Like we're building the plane as we flying it the entire time. And we still are.
I love that. Building the plane while you flying it.
And so,
that's dangerous.
Yeah. So faith is like when she decided, when we really made a decision collectively.
No, you told me.
I've been
he
telling her for
told
years,
me, he was like, babe, I need you to leave.
I need you. Because
your
those
job,
hours, 1 hour went to 2 hours. 2 hours went to 6 hours. I mean, we were up at one point till 1 o'clock in the morning. We're just doing invoicing and like payroll and trying to figure things out.
This after my normal job.
This is this is after hours.
Yeah.
And so it's like, babe, what are we doing?
Yeah.
And you talk about.
But I was comfortable.
She was comfortable because again, you got to remember at the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, we had a business, but I'm making less than minimum wage.
Yeah.
I'm paying people like that are employed by us.
Right.
Probably 3-4 times the amount I'm making.
Of course.
But it was an investment.
Absolutely.
Season.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
she's like, okay, like, Alan, I'm the breadwinner. I make most of our money. How are we going to do this and how long is it going to last?
Yeah. Did that cause friction for you guys in the marriage?
Yes. 100%.
Well, I'm saying because as we were, and I wanted people to hear that it wasn't rosy.
No.
Right?
No,
it wasn't rosy at all.
No.
And in these moments, it tested your faith big time in the marriage.
Well, yeah.
I remember there were like moments where I think one job went bad and we were renovating our townhouse at the time, the second one, the Valhalla. And my man bottomed out. Like basically the job went like south. The guy didn't want to pay Alan. I literally was in the bed.
So that actually happens, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. One of the
you do all the work and then you don't get paid.
Exactly.
And I was just like sitting in the bed. I was just like so aggravated because again, I'm sitting here. I'm like, babe, I'm trying to support you, but
right.
Ooh, Jesus. Maybe you can get a regular job. I remember saying that to him, babe. I think you need to get a regular job. And I think you got quiet. You didn't say nothing. You didn't say anything, or
he was thinking.
You did. You said something real quick, and then we were done.
Well, yeah, I would get angry. And, get defensive, which, why would I?
Why? Yeah.
Because at the same time, look what she's going through.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I filled out many job applications.
And
that's a humbling moment for me as a man, as a provider.
Husband,
it was very humbling because I knew what God said.
Yeah.
But then I'm challenged with looking at my wife crying.
Jesus.
And bills need to be paid at the same time. So for me, it was a you filling out the job application. You talk about work ethic. Like, if I need to work 24 hours a day, like, I will.
Yeah.
Like, that's where I was at. And so it was even that much harder to not be able to provide.
Yeah.
Knowing that, like, I'm willing to.
Yeah.
But God said no. Like, that was hard.
Yeah.
For years. That wasn't like a short, like a month.
Yeah.
Like, that was years of that.
Yeah.
Not being released to go to get another job, not being released to go work and go hustle, because I will hustle.
Yeah.
And so.
Pre-Jesus.
Yeah.
What you say, Ms. Green?
I said pre-Jesus.
You said pre-Jesus? But, as you guys are talking, right, and I'm like, man, because it's just certain things are just principles, right? it like every great asset matures over time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, and it's like allowing the maturation process, the maturing process to happen with your spouse. And I think a lot of people see their spouse as an asset to what God's calling them to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so it's like you don't allow them to mature. Every good asset has a time of maturation. Right? You can hire somebody today, but you got to train them in your culture.
Yeah.
And then you got to let them adapt to how you do things. Like you, before they could ever even do what you hired them to do, sometimes it's 6 months, 8 months. You allow the maturation process happens. And I just don't hear a lot of that in people's marriages today.
Yeah.
Where they don't allow the maturation, the maturity to take place.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that as like right now, me and Rashida married for 15 years, right? And who we are and who we need to be to each other today is radically different than the moment we first said I do.
Yeah.
Like the asset we need to be to each other is radically different.
Yeah.
And it's like I see people trying to lock into who a person is at I do, not realizing that you got to allow this asset to mature.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I see those moments, they're tears, but they're also moments of maturing.
Yeah.
You know, there will be tears.
Yeah.
Like you're trying to avoid moments of crying.
Yeah.
But it's like those moments are a part of the maturing
Absolutely.
process.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like there will not be enough appreciation if there wasn't first I'll use this term, but like until you experience depreciation, like something actually lose value, it's hard to value something that can mature, that can grow.
Yeah.
Like you start to value things differently.
Yeah.
And
that's good.
Man, like, and this is the truth, right? Because here's the real truth. There's just certain levels that God's not gonna let you get to until you have a sense of valuing that needs to be present.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'll forfeit overnight something that, man, you would have never put it on the line like that had you had to grow into getting it. You know?
That's good. It's funny you say that when you realize the value. I believe that because we've known them for so long.
Let me finish that thought, right?
Okay,
This
let
is
me
what
try
I'm
to
trying say.
remember.
This is what I'm trying to say.
Bryan always does this. I'm trying to remember
just hold on to it because I'm cooking something and I want to go ahead and pull out the oven, right? Like, and I'm saying this, right? So like, what is in this? Some people are like, man, how can Alan stay so faithful to Ariana? Bruh, like if Miss Greene leaves, it's not just a wife that's leaving.
His
like,
best friend.
His best friend.
Yeah.
A component that's irreplaceable
Absolutely.
to what they've built is also going out the door.
Absolutely.
You have to give something time to mature to that level.
Absolutely.
No one shows up occupying
Already like
that
this.
much of who you are.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like you have to let that grow.
Yeah.
And if you don't allow that to grow, that's how you end up forfeiting. I was saying something code wise, but that's how you end up forfeiting. Like that's how you end up making very careless decisions.
Yeah.
And people are like, man, how could he do that after, I don't want to name no folks, but it's like he did that. He lost everything he had. That's because he never matured with what was built. There was no connection to the people. There weren't actually fabrics. And so, on a whim, you're making decisions that cost you everything.
Yeah. I think, and this will bring me back, right? I think there are moments where every marriage has a point where they have to lean on God for it all.
Yeah.
I think because we've known them so long, I believe that moment is when Alan got in that car accident. Because that's when I saw their marriage evolve. I felt like, it's almost like I saw it. And then when you got into that accident and your family, especially your wife, was tested in that moment, it almost like was a bright light where it burst, but for good. Then you saw the evidence of the sprinkle of the light because of what you guys got through. I think you should share that because it will help people. I felt like it was just, it set your marriage on a whole nother level of appreciation.
I will say, the way that I was raised in terms of like the man being the provider, like looking, it, in that moment of where maybe it didn't necessarily fit in that box, as when we started our marriage, like that's the part where my relationship with God even grew to a whole nother extent.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't looking to my husband to like provide. I
Yeah.
was like, God, you got to bring another job. Like, you know, like just in those moments, I'm realizing like, and you look back again, the one income, like we bought a house though. We bought a house and we lived off one income.
Yeah.
Like just all those things, like in the moment, it didn't feel good, but to look back and see like,
it prepared you.
He's at the end of the day, it's like it moved Alan out the way. With some women, I feel like they will put that spouse as like the provider.
Yeah.
And it's never been that for him. So
that's the pressure that breaks.
Yeah.
That's the pressure that breaks.
I've never put him in that position.
She's never looked at me to make her happy.
Jesus.
I will say that's one thing my daddy taught me. You do not, like, you need to make sure you pull your own.
That's right.
But besides pulling my own, when I didn't know what to do, I wasn't looking to Alan to say, like, what are we doing next? Like, no, God, I need you to figure this out for us, like, fast.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's been like this evolution of like,
it's been a blessing.
But I will say it's the lessons that, or the dependence that I have on him back then, like it's even grown to like 17 years later.
Absolutely.
Like there's just things I don't know and I know he don't know. Like, but God, I need you to help me. But it's just, you know, and we understand that, I think, for both of us. We're not looking to each other to be this like ultimate soul. Like, no, God. That's who's leading the show for us.
People are breathing, they're gonna disappoint you.
Yeah.
I don't care how close you are to them.
Yeah.
I don't care if your husband, your wife, like it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They will disappoint you.
Yeah.
We're different people. And like you said, making that room to allow us to learn and grow is huge. But she's never put that pressure on me as a man to be, you're the provider. Why isn't this happening? Why isn't that happening? You're supposed to make me happy. You're supposed to buy me this, buy me that.
Jesus.
There's never been that.
Yeah.
And granted, I'm the one that I let her buy her everything, like whatever she wants. That's always been a thing for me.
There was one Christmas, our first year married. Of course, here he is trying to be that person that he knows that's not the season for that. He bought all these Christmas gifts. Where did this money come from? I know you ain't, like, I see the money that's coming in. I made him return every one of those gifts.
Wow.
Every one of them.
She did.
But out of his heart, trying to do something that, like, I just wanted him to see, like, I'm not looking for that. I don't need these things.
Let's bake this cake. Let's bake this cake, right?
No, he returned all of them. He had some cute boots and everything. I said, Jesus, no, just return them.
But talk about that, Ms. Green, because that is not heard.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that is not heard. You know how many wives I've heard, they know their husband just made an irrational decision.
Yeah.
But because of their, I'm gonna say this, like their hunger and thirst in the moment, they let it go.
Yeah.
Instead of saying like, it's okay.
Yeah.
Like take it back.
Yeah.
Because that ministry is so much stronger.
Yeah.
Right? Like so just like you gotta unpack that. You gotta make that cake a little more.
I'm always a believer in like seasons, right? Like you need to know what season you're in. Like and certain seasons don't call for certain things. And it's okay. That can still be a desire, but at the same time, like you have to have wisdom and be a good steward. And those things will eventually happen. But I don't know. I've never been.
You know, I want to be in the room.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are these gifts wrapped?
They are wrapped.
These gifts are wrapped.
It was like our first Christmas at the first townhouse that we bought.
And you opening them up. These boxes are full of goods that you were like, I love this.
Yeah. But I know.
Like in the moment, did you say, like, did you?
I did, didn't I?
Yeah.
In the room.
And it was
graceful. Yeah.
I mean, because she knows my heart, too. She knows that I love to buy her things. Like,
just think about this, and you're helping somebody else navigate. Listen, Christmas is here.
It's coming.
Right.
And there's about to be a lot of irrational, dumb decisions made.
Yeah.
And and so like you know what I'm saying? Just imagine someone's like, okay, give me some verbiage. Give like what like
I don't know. I feel like things like that, like you entertain that. You're supposed to be a united couple, like with the future together. How is that impacting your future?
Yeah.
That's just how I think. The decisions that we both make together, at the end of the day, they're going to impact both of us.
Yeah.
So me wanting to be cute in my boots, where is that going to
lead you?
Where is that going to, like, 6 months from now, how is that going to impact us?
Yeah.
And that's the part where I think, again, just how we've kind of matured together. Like, I love you for who you are. Like, I don't need all this extra stuff to make me feel some type of way.
She's always been like that. I mean, to the point where it didn't matter if it was, look, I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna paint your nails for you. Like,
There was a time where Alan actually cut my hair. Like, when we were, there was a lull. Like, and I had like the short do, but it was relaxed. He would cut my hair and relax my hair for me.
But she was okay with it. It wasn't like we're having to sacrifice. It was like, this is part of it.
Yeah.
You know,
but you guys worked together as a team. You did it.
That's it.
Together.
And it was never a point where
you pressured her.
She makes me feel as if there's something I can't do for her, there's never this like feeling of this insecurity or lack because of something I can't buy, something I can't provide, or something I can't do.
Yeah.
There's never been that. And
but again, I think that's going back to like when you truly know who your source is.
Yeah,
I'm not looking to you like we can make great things happen together, but at the end of the day, I know it's not you. Like,
that's right.
Yeah.
It's not you. So
and I'm thankful for that. Because like you said, that pressure that breaks, that's the pressure that breaks, is the one that comes from a person and then your expectation, and you're not able to manage that expectation. And so now you give into that expectation. And now that does cause friction. It does cause conflict.
Right? You stir up something that's not ready to drink. You know, I mean, this is how I be seeing things in my head.
Yeah.
Because, right, like, let's be real, right? That like those things, I love it. The Bible tells us God gives us all things to enjoy.
Yeah.
So it's not like there's not enjoyment attached to these things. But when you enjoy things out of season, you're stirring up drinks you can't drink.
That's right.
Right? So you start to, like, you start to feed something that needs to starve.
Yeah.
And the fact that you even gave it like a bite, now it's starting to grow an appetite.
Yeah.
Right? That's what I see that a lot of people don't realize, that it's like when you do it out of season, right? You just gave something... you just fed it something, so now it has an appetite that it didn't even know what it tastes like. Up, right? I tell the people, for people to get a similar feeling, it's like, oh, you're supposed to be on a 3-day fast. Then on like day 1.5, you give yourself a little taste. It's amazing how much more it screams for you. Like if you give yourself a taste out of season, it'll start to like scream, like your flesh will start to scream for it when there was a grace for that season.
Yeah.
I don't think as people of faith, we can never ignore that God is empowering us for where he wants us to be.
Yeah.
And so like there's a grace available to navigate moments in which, man, I really wish there was a different reality. I really wish it was a different, I'll just make it plain. I wish I drove a different car. I wish I lived in a different house. I wish I ate different types of food. But you got to understand that if this is where God had you, there's a grace for this space.
Yeah.
That's right.
And when you start to tease yourself where there's grace, you're waking up the flesh side of it.
Yeah.
You're waking up a part that God's given a grace to be dormant.
Yeah.
Right? You're not doing yourself any good when you do that. When you decide to put on the boots, even though the boots is actually delaying where God is taking us.
Yeah.
It's not doing you no good.
And we've always been like that, just doing the best we can with what we have.
Yeah.
And we're going to max it out. And we're going to have joy, like you said. We're going to enjoy it. It's not as if, like, those broke moments, like, we was having fun. Like, we was good. When I was permanent hair, cutting hair, like, we didn't have money to do a lot of things that we had these, like, dreams and hopes of doing. But in those moments still, we were good.
Yeah.
And settled in the fact that, hey, this is where we are today as we're going and leaning towards where we're, walking towards where we're headed. But no, we having a good time.
Yeah. So let's talk about it, right? How old is Envision, right?
Envision is going on 17.
Yeah.
Going on 17 years old, right? What are some moments you look back that you thought, like, this is absolutely the end, and now you just laugh at those moments?
Let's go back to what my sister said, this accident. That was when I literally thought, like, that was when I literally thought, like, it was the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the accident was definitely
You were in a car accident.
Car accident, 2017.
A month after having our daughter.
A month after having Ava.
Yeah.
And I was just I dropped my truck off after work, going to pick up dinner.
Well, Leslie, why don't you go ahead and like tell them what I was pregnant, but you needed the gift. You needed the push gift. So he went and bought him a classic car in the backwoods of Georgia.
Yeah.
Got himself a car.
Yeah.
Okay.
When
I love cars.
6 months pregnant?
I love cars. And I was looking for a reason.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Reason to jump.
And he had credit. So
now he got credit. So now he go. Okay. Let's get there. So you went it, decided to go. You got it. Okay.
I decided to get this car, and I was like, you know what? I'm about to have this baby, and when people have babies, like things get different.
Okay.
And this is my opportunity before I have this baby to get this car.
Mm-hmm.
And so I
got the car.
Found the car. Got the car.
He had it 4 months? You had it 4 months. I
think it was longer than that.
Because you had the baby already.
From February to June, he had it. June 6th, the number of the hospital kept calling my cell phone. And I was thinking, they just want the breast pump that I still have. They called me that day and said Alan had been in a crazy accident. You were he had to be resuscitated. He was put in a induced coma. Had what were those things? The lung to get the blood out of his lungs.
Yeah, the two.
So he was in a coma for 2 weeks while he tried to recover. They said the only reason why he did recover, obviously God, but his physical fitness.
Yeah.
But when he woke up, that's the part that was scary.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Pastor Powe had just passed 3 months ago.
Yeah.
He didn't remember nothing.
Yeah.
That's
crazy. And we had a round-the-clock rotation. Brian would come.
Yeah.
I would come. His uncle would come.
Yeah.
He wasn't the same person.
Okay.
Yeah.
But as like me in this support role.
Okay, there we go.
And he's leading the company. Like, where do we do? Like, life ain't stopping. Stuff ain't stopping. We got employees. Like,
okay.
That was a really that was a really challenging moment for me.
Yeah.
Just as, again, I'm healing from having a little girl 4 weeks. Like, I had to have major surgery to have her. So that was a lot in 2017. Between like April, May, and June, with me being with him, with me being admitted early for bed rest, Ava being in the NICU for 2 weeks, and then 2 weeks to the day, like he got
accident.
Yeah, into the accident. Like, we were all at TGH for like 3 months solid.
So Alan gets into this accident.
He don't remember nothing.
God heals him.
Yes.
So he wakes up, he doesn't remember nothing. And kind of share with us how that evolved.
Well, you know what I did?
Happened.
I went to Walgreens. I went and printed a bunch of pictures. I said, you finna remember something. Like, you finna remember something. Because he didn't remember Ava. Again, he didn't remember your dad transitioning.
Yeah.
Like, at the thought of
But he knew exactly who you were, though.
Exactly, he did. But I've been around a long time, though.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the part I was like, making sure
right there to me is just a blessing within itself.
Yeah,
you
that's so
up,
true.
You don't remember.
He had a brain bleed, so that's the part where it started impacting the memory.
Gotcha.
And the neurologist, I kept asking him, like, okay, when are we going to get back to normal? And he was like, I can't tell you that. Like,
wow.
Yeah.
And that's that part I was like, literally, as I'm going across the bridge from Davis, I'm like, what is, like, and I got this baby that my mom is keeping, like, what are we doing here?
This is where your faith, where you said at one point you can't rely on.
But there was, I guess, too, there was like, even in the midst of like the moments, right? Of like wishing this didn't happen. Like, why? I just wanted a breezy maternity leave. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to be able to rest.
It's not. Ariana, you already know this about your life. It ain't easy. But
I still had peace. Like, it was just a peace I couldn't explain. But it was still a moment where I was just like, okay, what do we move forward? And this is where 2 weeks later, when he comes out of the coma, like, I'm having to bathe him. I'm having to feed him.
Yeah.
My mom had to move back in so she could help me take care of Ava. And I think, we had to help him get up the stairs with the little belt thing. Like, all these things, this is complete opposite of the person that I know. And to have to be able to take care of him and like still help his dad run the business. And I got a newborn.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Looking back, I don't know how I did it, but the resilience that
I know how you did it.
Let's go, Miss Green.
I know how you did it. I know how you did it. And again, that changed your marriage
Oh, yeah.
Tremendously.
Now, I will say, there were moments when he started to get a little better. I was resentful. Like, I was like a little bit low-key resentful.
Real talk. Yeah.
Of like, you didn't have to have this car. Like,
she didn't want me to get the car.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm getting this car.
Yeah. So like she said, after all of that, the resentment kicked in.
Yeah.
And now you're mad at him.
I'm mad.
Yeah.
Like,
When did that I'm sure that affected things.
I think he felt it, even though you were still healing and like still
Yeah,
recovering,
absolutely.
Like,
Yeah.
So then there's a moment where you let that go.
Downstairs.
I'm mad at you.
But this is real talk because it happens in real life.
Yeah. I mean, there are
don't
moments where I text my sister. I was just like, I'm trying to like.
That was
stay.
me. She talking about
But it was just, it was definitely a journey.
Till death do us part.
Yeah.
That's what you.
I'm
That's
downstairs
what you
hungry,
signed.
and I'm like,
my man say he hungry downstairs.
Man, I just want a sandwich. Like, why is it taking so long? I was like, but that again, she was mad.
Yeah, she was mad.
And I don't think at the time I really
understood it.
I was trying to understand. I was still trying to figure things out.
Yeah.
And
my man was still trying to figure out how to make Ava bottles. He was like, baby, put this much water, this much formula. Like,
and
mix
he
it
still
together.
wasn't comprehending
no,
it.
by the time like she would tell me, and then I walk over to like do it,
you forget.
I couldn't remember.
And this is like a couple months of us being home too.
Yeah.
This ain't like right after the accident.
And so it was, again, you talk about just, if it wasn't for God and the relationship I had with him,
absolutely,
I wouldn't have made it through that. Like, I believe that because the faith, you talk about faith that was built from that, that's what made me, that's really what made me who I am today. Like, I wouldn't, at the time, not really being able to know. I didn't even know the log. I couldn't even figure out the login to my computer, my laptop.
Wow.
I couldn't, watching and I'm so thankful for my dad and for Ariana. Like, they came together and like ran that business and figured things out. But not knowing, and there was no date, right? Like, we can get through anything sometimes and we know, like, okay, I got to get through this for this amount of time.
Yeah.
There's no date.
Yeah.
You don't know if and when your memory's coming back. You don't know if and when you're ever going to be the same.
Yeah.
And that's physically and that's mentally.
Yeah.
When you're so used to doing things and making things happen, working out, like doing whatever you got to do to get things done, and now you can't even you can't be useful.
Yeah.
And all of this being tied to a decision you made that she didn't even want you to make to begin with.
That's it.
I think that was the part too.
There's a whole...
Yes.
But nothing happens. Nothing happens by mistake.
Yeah.
I really truly believe that.
Yeah.
Not that this opportunity happened because it was supposed to. I really think God uses all of it.
Oh yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we aren't being called to be anchored to outcomes.
Right.
We're anchored to faith.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
And whenever your life is anchored to outcomes, you can't recover from those moments.
That's right.
Yeah.
When you're anchored to what you want to see on the other side, when you're only working for outcomes, you can't survive those moments.
No.
That's right.
But when you're anchored to faith, when you're anchored to trusting God, then even in those moments, you trust God through it.
That's right.
Like it's a different. We respond differently because of what we're anchored to.
Yeah.
And I know Ms. Green's been talking about like, oh man, Alan and just the things that he does. I think this has been a great moment to you to. You're kind of a dog too, Miss Green.
What you mean?
You're a big stepper. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I know you. In the conversation is driven toward Alan, but there's a lot of dogmatic ways that are good.
Yeah.
That is complimenting him. That's what he's saying. Like for
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
For sure. That's a dog. You know what I'm saying? Like in
that's
football
his best
terms.
friend, man.
Like there's
homie.
MVPs and there's dogs. You know what I'm saying? Like you play both sides.
If you married to Alan Green, the second, like you better be strapped up and ready because
he said I be
ain't
jumping,
no soft
man. I be
era.
jumping.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like
go.
some women be looking for soft era. No. We don't like. He lets me be who I am, but at the same time, like he gonna push me. Like
that's
he
what
pushes me.
Till Death Do Us part is about.
Let's go.
That's good.
Well, It's been incredible.
It's been great.
And we always want to create a moment before we close out. If there's anything y'all wanted to share, anything you wanted to say before we close out, like the floor is open.
Anything you want to share with the people watching?
I mean, I think for any marriage, again, learning from our journey, like you truly have to be besties.
Yeah.
Like if it's not one of your top, like I love my sister, I love my other sisters, but this one right here, like if you can't talk to each other and be vulnerable like you would with your maybe the same sex girlfriend, like
there's a problem.
That it's not a problem, but it's something that I'm so blessed to be able to share life with somebody that like I actually want to be around.
Yeah.
And that's just because we've learned to grow with each other.
Yeah.
And like, again, there's going to be highs, there's going to be lows, but at the end of the day, you know I'm here.
Yeah.
And that's the part where I would want that for everybody because I feel like there's just so many benefits. When those things come, when those challenges come, there's things that help you override some of the feelings you might have or the, you know, but like you said, the pressure that breaks. Like, we're pressured every day, but at the same time, like when we come home, like if we look at each other, we can talk with our eyes. Like that's where we're at in life. Like we don't have to talk much. We talk to people all day, but we can talk with eyes and know where we are.
Yeah.
Like that part, like I hope that for everybody. Like that, I really feel like that helps. And just with our parents being both divorced, like learning from those things of like what broke them. Like we refused. Like it was not gonna break us. And so I just hope this was helpful to know that the value of friendship is really should be the foundation above all else.
Yeah.
So
amen.
Foundation and faith.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, I would just say to piggyback off what she said, you know, love is not enough. And like that friendship, the relationship, you know, is it means everything.
Yeah.
And, you know, someone shared something with me and then I still hold on to this day. You know, discuss daily, date weekly, and depart quarterly.
Yeah.
Whatever that means to you in this season of life, like do it.
Yeah.
Like you gotta stay in relationship, you gotta stay in communication, because as you mentioned, we're changing, we're evolving, we're growing every day.
Yeah.
And so I don't have this expectation that, oh, I knew her when she was 16 or 14, 13, like, so I know her. No, I don't ever take that for granted. I gotta still get to know her. She still has to get to know me.
Yeah.
And so we're constantly, we gotta communicate. We gotta talk. We gotta continue to learn each other. Observe and get to know each other. And so there's never a moment where love is enough and you can take, you know, just that communication and relationship, the friendship for granted.
Right. Yeah. That's beautiful. Well, thank you guys.
Thank you.
You know,
Thank you for having us.
so much
Thank you.
appreciate you guys
Wasn't that
bringing
bad.
us. We're here on site.
I was nervous.
If you want to tell us where we are, you know, it's a beautiful place, beautiful
On
spot.
a thrill ride. That describes our describes our life.
We're at the Motor Enclave here in Tampa. This is gonna be new home of Envision. We're in the process of a build out as we speak. And it's exciting. It's a beautiful day in Tampa.
Awesome.
There's a, you know, track behind us, event center behind us, and
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. We pray that this episode was a blessing to you. And as always, right, till death do us part.
No matter the quest, I'm with you to the end. Through the tears and smiles, rain, sunshine, or clouds. Can we just thank God for the middle? Cause only death can part, but thank God for now.
Baby, let's have a scene now. We can do the dash show, we can slow down. I think we found our rhythm now. Only death could part us, but thank God for now. All is fair in love and we're okay, I know that's true. Some may pray on us, but we just pray through. Baby, let's take the scene. We can do the dash show, we can slow down. What if we laughed at the things the enemy tried to kill us with? Refuse to hold a grudge even for a little bit.